Hi, Muchismo Eugene. Welcome to another video from Exit Strategy. Please like, subscribe, share the video, give it a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and pass it on if you believe someone else will benefit from it. I'd appreciate that. Let's talk about fake, phony courtesy and real insults in society today, unlike anything we've ever seen before. There's a movement with the internet. There's a movement with cell phone usage. There's a movement. There's a fad. There's all kinds of things that are happening with these trinkets of sorts that have afforded us the ability to connect and interact with one another, be it near or far. So we know before the internet, the narcissists had to literally, even going back to the landline, when you had to go to work and you didn't have a phone, and you definitely couldn't use the phone at your job unless it was an emergency. You would go to the office and actually, I can even remember you wouldn't go to the office to make a call. They would call your job. If there was an emergency at home, they would call your job, and then the job would announce your name on the PA system, and they would say, so-and-so, come to the office, you have a call. And so it wasn't a secret, you had a call and different things like that. But with the modern technology and the cell phone and different things like that, notwithstanding the beeper, you could actually have the ability to text somebody back through that, and you only had the ability to do a few things, like you could do I love you, I think that was 1, 4, 3, and different things like that. So getting to the point, you have the ability to just be on your phone at work. A lot of places you see people are on their phone, they're packing on their phone. Even some of the guys who work for me, they're packing on their phone. I cannot stand that kind of stuff. I'm on my phone more than I should be when I have downtime. I'm on Facebook Marketplace all the time, admittedly so. But the distractions at work, and these people are engaged in conversations at work when they're caring for the elderly. You see them working for UCP and cerebral palsy, all of this type of stuff, these entities. You see these individuals driving these buses with these disabled people, disabled or not, school bus drivers. Everyone is so entranced with their phone, myself included. But we're going to talk about how this has granted people to project this false, fake, fictitious courtesy, and they can demonstrate so real of an insult. They don't even hold back with insults. People are so snide today. You go in a store, the cashier acts like, what are you doing in here? I was doing nothing before you showed up. No one wants to work. And this is not a model, or this is not a rule. And there's an exception to every rule, but follow me. If you go anywhere, you see people that are so entranced in their phone till they're just really not there. They're at the job, but they're not there. Their body is there. And you can just see this stuff is, I believe, is contributing greatly to narcissism. It is creating more narcissists because people don't have boundaries. They don't have any filters. You can go on social media, post. You can give your opinion openly, adamantly, overtly. In extreme cases, you can spew racist statements. You can do anti-Semitism or whatever you call it when you're doing this sacrilegious stuff. you can just do whatever. But when people are doing this, and people like myself are observing this, be it text, social media, comments, or them physically, verbally speaking out and about, I observe these things, and what it tells me is those who aren't narcissists are being trained by narcissists to be very insulting, and the insulting is real. No matter how nonchalantly it is, the insults are very real, and the courtesy is so fake. So people have exchanged the truth for a lie, like the Bible say, and they're holding the truth up in subjection. This is what's happening when you have a person has conditioned their mind to believe their own lies, their own comments, their own way of life, and they have almost written it in stone that is justifiable. This is the norm. So for you all empaths that are treading down that road, and you're doing these things you see like-minded people doing, cease and desist. We're not built like that. That's not who we are. That's not our lane. We do not behave that way. So today should be a day that you really retreat and just reassess who you are. But you're going to have to be able to do this, disconnect from those circles, those social media groups, and have that hard conversation with yourself and ask yourself, how is it that I'm supposed to behave in this society with all of this foolishness that's going on? If you just ask yourself that question, you'll come right back to where you belong. And if you don't, you'll gradually, eventually end up doing what you see everyone else does. And you'll be so accustomed to it, you won't know what's real and what's not. You won't know what's good and what's not. So the fake empathy and the fake courtesy and all this other fake stuff that people are demonstrating is really, it is very much disturbing. It is concerning to me because I'm raising children in this world, and I can see some of the things that my children are demonstrating. And I know they're going through a phase of sorts, but how much of that phase is going to linger? How much of that phase is going to become a way of life for them? I think I'm fortunate in that because I made mistakes. I did what everyone else was doing. And by the grace of God, I was awakened in 2020. But I believe even before that, God was creating in me a disconnect to where I didn't really want to play in all the reindeer games. It was something innate into me, inside of me, that wanted to be unique, wanted to be different, because 9 people were doing something and it just felt wrong. It looked wrong. It just didn't look like it was the thing that fit my persona. And so for that reason, I think these were prerequisites that God was allowing to happen in my life in order to bring about that change for the long haul. So today, this video is just to help you identify who you are again. Start from that. Then you'll be able to understand that people such as narcissists and all of these disordered individuals out here that have these ego trips, these one-track minded mentalities, this self-centeredness, this ego grouchy, grandiose, just really, really rude when they don't have to be. You'll see that these people are heading down these dark roads, and they've justified their behavior because of one or two reasons. The ability to just say and do what you want has been just granted to everyone, and their associations of who they're hanging around. And so we're in a big world. We cannot live in this world and not be untainted by some of the stuff that's happening. But you have some type of compass of morale. I'm talking to you. Get a grip on what you see that's happening around you and ask yourself, am I a a benefactor of all of this stuff that's been happening leading up to now? Am I a contributor to this? Or do I want to contribute to the world in a way where I know what's good, I know what's right, I know what's ethical, I know what's moral, and I want to do that, and I want to encourage and inspire other people to do that? This is going to probably be the only hope we have in this world, and God is counting on us to do this. And this is not anything that you're going to just go to church and adopt and learn, because the churches are so corrupt. The churches, the house of worship, are so corrupt. And not just Christianity, Islam. It's just a badge of credibility, I guess. It's just this thing people are doing far and wide to measure up, to be a part of, to be noticed, and have it noted that you are this thing. Me as a Christian, I feel great knowing that I'm a believer in God, and nobody has to validate me. I don't have to stand on top of tables and stand on top of rooftops and yell it. I don't have to make it verbally known. He said they'll know you by the fruits that you bear. Go and bear good fruits, guys. And if you don't know God, get to know him. Because if he saved you from the narcissist, obviously he got you on his mind. That being said, bless.